Alrighty, let's get started. Hello and welcome back to another episode of 3View, where we watch the first 3 episodes of any given show. Basically, we watch the first 3 episodes, see if they kind of catch our interest, and then we, kind of discuss them, see if, if they're worth watching as a group. At current, we do not do any full series reviews, just because time constraints and schedules and all that fun jazz. We've got Dwayne coming back. We got Kevin returning, and then we got me, who is in my new little office space. Obviously, nothing looks like it changed because my bookshelves are still there with all my bullshit on top. But that's how it is.
That's flair as opposed to my bare ass walls and window.
I have a picture.
There you go.
Yeah, that's more than I got.
What is the picture of? I forget.
I have 2 pictures.
It's Edward.
That's Beetlejuice.
Scissors? No, okay, Beetlejuice. That looks like the Edward Scissorhands.
No, it's
one.
Beetlejuice.
Beetle guys?
Beetle guys.
Beetle guys.
The
Yeah,
cute
that's a painting
moon.
my girl made.
I like that painting.
It's a really good painting. I like it too.
Dwayne, I'm surprised you don't have blackout
Dwayne
curtains.
says he likes your painting.
So anyway, today's episode is of the anime series, and yes, it's still anime. We'll change it up eventually, but right now we're basic. Today's episode, I'm over.
There's nothing basic about anime.
Well, don't you know? Oh God, I wish I could find the clip for you, Kevin. There was this old lady, not old lady, but she was 40s or something. She was like, all of you who are watching anime need to grow up. Anime is for kids. And I'm over here oh God.
Oh, shut up.
Made for Abyss, Attack on Titan,
Putting their fucking
Berserk.
opinions on us.
Goblin Slayer.
Ignore that clicking.
And so today's episode is My Home Hero. Basic synopsis is average Joe dude, it wants to protect his family. That is the absolute basic I can say without going into some episode details. Any pre-discussion opinions of the shows that you guys have?
Yeah, I do. That motherfucker starts real fucking fast. Out of any anime I've ever fucking seen, it really just gets your goat right fucking there.
Oh yeah,
and it does not fucking stop. The roller coaster ride is immediate.
It grabbed on pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's not like stuff we've seen before, or at least stuff that I've seen before, this genre of anime, I should say. Oh, it sucks that I can't even make a reference to something that I've seen before, because then it spoils the setting immediately.
Well, save it for when we get into episode 1, because episode 1 pretty much sets the entire tone of the show. So
that's what I'm saying. Without actually going right into it, it's so hard to fucking describe it. But
yeah.
It's good. It's
No,
real
I get
fucking
it.
good.
All right. So, I think I gotta check my little roulette wheel, but I think next week will be the last week we do of the newer anime, and then we'll start going back to the rotational list of anime, just because a lot of them are going to be ending anyway.
okay.
Because I think the only one I added that isn't a new anime is Flip Flappers, because you had that on the list, Dwayne.
I love flip flappers.
I've always wanted to watch it, and I always
You'll see
fucking put it
whenever
off,
it
so.
gets chosen.
That's a really
Um,
kooky name for an anime. That's some Fooly Cooly level
I think
shit.
you'll like it for
It's
all of
very-
its colors.
From what I've seen, it's very kooky. Very acid trip. So another, it feels like the third, and it's because a lot of it's new anime, but this is the third anime in a row where I had nothing for notes. which is weird because this anime or this manga has been going on since 2017.
Hmm.
Wow.
My Home Hero was written by Naoki Yamakawa. The anime started, maybe I feel like I should start doing like but then that would take away from the actual, like do slight backgrounds on the authors. I feel like that might help.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Some of them
I
have
did that for
interesting
a couple.
stories to tell. Like the creator of Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho living like a fucking troll for a while.
Isn't the author for Inuyasha's a girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're married, right? No.
No, he married the creator of Sailor Moon.
There you go. That's what it was. I was confused. I knew he was married to another famous author. I just couldn't remember which one it was. Anyway, so My Home Hero was started in May 29th of 2017. So we're actually right there on the 6-year anniversary.
Oh,
Monday is going to be
today's
its 6-year anniversary.
neat.
What was that, Kevin?
Oh yeah, I'm just saying as of today of recording.
Oh yeah. And it's still ongoing. It's got 20 volumes of books. So 20 volumes in 6 years is honestly not bad pace.
It's not.
Considering you think like a chapter a week or something like that.
That's if it gets published size the same way. Some of them just throw volumes out.
True. That's what I forgot to check. I forgot to check who published the manga. Give me 1 second.
Is it Kodansha? It seems like something they would publish.
That sounds like something that they would publish. It is... Yeah, it's Kodansha. How about that?
I knew it.
Man, you were smart.
Good call.
You're a smart boy.
I'm learning.
Yeah. So,
Neural net
the
processor.
anime... the anime is directed by Takashi Kamei? Kamei. Kamei, right? Kamei? I feel like I'm butchering it. I always butcher it. No.
How many episodes of Dragon Ball have you seen, bro? It's Kame.
Okay, but that's Kame, not Kamei.
Kame.
There's
The I is silent.
The eye is silent.
Eye is silent. It's like Blitz from a hell of a boss, but the O is silent. Yeah, so Takashi Kame, no known prior works. So I don't know if he's like I can't look up his name. I don't see anything related to it.
In terms of directing or just in terms of production?
Yeah, directing.
Oh, so this is their first time.
Yeah,
First big one at least.
Yeah, because sometimes they direct or produce smaller things, but they don't get like a recognition for it. 'Cause, I mean, what was it in one of the episodes? I think it was the Oshinoko episode. We found out that the girl or the voice for the girl, the sister, was actually her first recorded role or credited role, but we don't know if she's done prior roles. So it's kind of like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any. I can't. No matter how much research I did, I couldn't find anything. So it's like maybe it's their very first. Which kudos to them if it is, because My Home Hero is actually pretty well paced.
Mm-hmm.
This anime has 8 producers, and not a single one of them have a a link or a website either. So it's just like, come on, guys! Like, I need something to work with.
They're also very secretive with some of their people there.
Yeah.
Hell.
Don't they do that kind of stuff because of they don't want like their teams getting poached by other companies?
That's one of the big reasons. Yeah, they in all industries they've been doing that.
Still
Hell,
things
fucking, was it
working.
this year or last year people finally learned the actual names of the people of the first Castlevania game? Because they had to work under pseudonyms.
No fucking way. Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
I
I
didn't
think
know
it was
that.
this year or last year they finally figured out who was who. Because everyone in the credits was under a pseudonym. Because Konami had this clause where you can't put your actual information out in the event someone wants to take you from their studio.
That's a
That's
long fucking time ago
insane.
now. I was just gonna mention that exact same example. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of get it, but at the same time, that's insane. Then again, it is Konami, so Konami does a lot of questionable things.
Like open
Yeah,
up
but
Chingo
here's-
parlors.
Yeah. Just in case this part doesn't get added on to for people who do watch, I do have my nails painted. I'm going as Tengen Uzui for anime convention this weekend. So that way people...
You just want to
see
bring
it
that
later.
up because you're fucking hyped.
I
for
do
it.
want to bring it up because, you know what? They look ugly, but, like, I put work into it, okay? The red came
They
out
don't
really
look
nice.
bad.
They don't.
They look
The red
really
came out
good
really
compared to
nice.
what they do.
I mean, okay, you
Especially-
say that, but like, let me try to zoom in. Like, it's really hard. Like, see, I fucked up. Like, see right there, you can see around the edging.
That's
Like, I got
fine.
onto my finger.
You just
So-
take some nail
Oh,
polish
no.
remover and
Chip
clean that
off.
up.
Yeah, chip a little bit off. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be all right.
Anyway, back to the anime.
Yeah.
self promoting my cosplay career right here. So like I said, nothing too much on the director, nothing too much on the 8 producers, but the production of the anime that the studio that produced the anime is Tezuka Productions. And do you want to guess at what grandfather anime they produced?
That Tezuka sounds very familiar, and I feel like I should know this, but I don't.
What was the name again?
Good
Tezuka
idea.
what?
Tezuka Productions. What
Is
grandfather
that the
anime?
studio? Is that the studio that decided to claim all the Tezuka stuff and has Astro Boy and Simba and shit?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh shit,
So
the
they-
Kimba guys?
They have, as it listed, they have all of the Astro Boys, all of the Blackjacks, and I didn't realize that there were a lot more than just the one Blackjack anime.
Mhm.
They also did Dororo.
Yes.
Kevin, I think you'd like that one in a different way. I mean, it's the feudal Japan, but like it's got an interesting story. The dude was born and had demons take literally all of his body parts, like his skin, his hands, his eyes, his ears, and he has to fight all these demons to get it back.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds weird, but it's actually very neat. It was actually originally the dude who did Astro Boy did Dororo.
Yeah, it's a Tezuka thing. The original one has a very different tone and presentation than the what was it, 2018,
The 2019 one.
Yeah.
2019 one's really good too, though. A lot more emotion in it.
Yeah.
But they also did quintessential quintuplets.
I can't tell if that's
So-
good or not because I keep hearing people say they love it and I keep hearing people say they don't love it.
Okay.
Is
I love it, and Patrick liked it. So
Pat's in a
got
rom-com
one-
phase. He'll be all right.
okay, but that's what I'm saying. You got me, who's not too much into rom-coms, and you got Patrick, who is into rom-coms. Like, come on. I mean, I know I'm not the most credible because my favorite genre of games is Samurai Warriors, but like, come on. I've got some street cred over here wearing my Pokemon shirt. Wow, okay, Dwayne, just talking shit on me
What?
right in my face.
All I said was, eh.
Yeah, no, I mean, they have a decent list of other animes too, but those were the main ones that I could find. And they started... When did they start the anime? They started the anime in April 2nd, 2023. So we're going on 2 months of episodes. And I think episode 9 drops tomorrow? Sunday? Forget. I noticed a lot of animes are now suddenly updating on Sunday, which is kind of weird because they were literally updating the day before. Hell's Paradise until like a week ago was updating on Wednesdays, and now all of a sudden they're like, oh no, we're doing Sundays now.
I'm sure there's some reasoning for it. Usually it's a holiday or something that changes schedules around, or like a sporting event.
Speaking of holidays, Mother's Day would have been a very interesting week to have the newest Gundam episode drop, but that's a whole other discussion. Anyway, any last minute talks before we get into the episode synopsis?
Nope.
I'm ready to go.
All right. So, going straight into episode 1, adjusting, making all the noise in my chair. I like this chair, by the way, but the problem is now I've got a swivel chair. So if it's not a fucking pair of scissors or...
If it'll keep you from things that'll cut yourself, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, me too, honestly. Fuck off.
You're
fidgeting ways and finally found something to fidget properly with. That's plastic. That's okay.
Is it though? I mean, this is sharp. This is pretty... It's hard to see because my shitty-ass camera, but it's sharp. Not sharp, but it's sharp. Anyway.
Do you just want to put yourself in life-threatening situations for fun? Just be careful.
I live on the edge, Kevin. Because I'm like...
The edge of a plastic kunai.
Yes, exactly. Something, family, we're going to drive cars in space. I don't know, some bullshit. You want to...
Thanks, Vin Diesel.
Do you know he wants to make, apparently, his latest movie a 3-parter?
Well, because it's the last one. If it comes
Yeah,
out,
I
they
heard
stop,
about that.
they stop losing.
The third one was supposed to be the last one.
It's the last one until a year from now, when they're like, "Oh, we're not making any more money. Let's make another one and reboot the whole thing."
Oh God, don't let them reboot the whole thing.
They're going to reboot the whole thing.
I don't want that. I really don't want that. Anyway.
They're going to do one of two things. They're going to reboot the whole thing and completely erase everything that happened but keep all the absurdity, or they're going to next generation it and bring Vin Diesel back as some weird fucking mentor character.
Put in a pause.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Putting a pause on My Home Hero for a real sec. What if, because like they already went into space, right? They already went and raced a torpedo in the Arctic. They robbed a fucking a bank with cars, which was honestly probably one of the coolest scenes. I'm not gonna lie. What if at the very end of this fucking 2-3 part movie, right? Like for the last movie, they go into a black hole and they basically, like you said, they restart the fucking timeline. Oh, I'd hate it so much. I would die.
They already like you said, they went to space and they already disarmed a couple nuclear bombs. It'll fucking just do both.
The Rock.
Fuck it.
The Rock fought off a super soldier.
Toretto and the crew finally defy the laws of life and fucking travel to hell to beat Satan one last time.
If they're gonna do that,
fuck Satan.
If they do that, they better team up with Johnny Gat. I'm just saying. Anyway, going on. So episode 1 is called "From Today I Am a Killer." If that ain't the most flat out, this is what's going to happen in an episode title I've ever seen. So we start out with a, I'd say middle-aged businessman, generic businessman. Kind of hanging out at a little restaurant, looking at his phone, taking notes and stuff, and he I guess, is meeting his daughter for lunch, and we're like, oh, okay, that's pretty neat, pretty cute.
But what's he taking notes on though?
It was crime thrillers, right? That's what.
Yeah.
I literally watched it yesterday, and I already forgot what he was taking notes on because everything else in the story.
He was
Yeah, go ahead.
It was one of his novels, no?
I think it was either. My takeaway was that he was reading the novel of a friend, or like checking out someone else's work.
I
but
believe
he was dissecting and going into it and like checking out tropes and just like writing techniques that he was getting from it.
Yeah. That makes
so
sense.
From the get go, we see that this guy is. I don't know if he's just a businessman, or if he's just in like an office, but he has an interesting hobby of being really into crime thrillers.
Yes.
Right from the get go.
Yeah, he goes into a little bit more detail about that later on in the episode.
Super important detail.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely a good early idea of how this is going to kind of go. I honestly I wasn't even paying attention to what he was taking notes on. So that's actually a very neat little detail that unfortunately I missed. I'm stupid.
That's why we're here for you, cuz.
Exactly. So yeah, he meets up with his daughter for lunch. She orders fucking steak of all places. Like, Jesus Christ, that steak looked really good though. Not gonna lie, that steak looked really good.
It did. That was exactly what me and Nelly were talking about when the waitress came up. I was like, oh damn.
I saw it and I'm like, not a steak kind of guy, but maybe. But she walks in and she's like, she's wearing a hat, she's wearing sunglasses, she's wearing a mask, and he makes the offhand joke like, "Oh, when did my daughter become famous?" Which honestly, I would have made the joke too. Fuck it. But when he asked to take her off, it's covered in scars and not scars, bruises and shit. Like fuck,
Bruises.
dude.
Bruises.
Like straight up, just got fucking Mike Tyson. He immediately.
No, if she got Mike Tyson, she would have got knocked out like dude in The Hangover.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. No, I've never seen those movies.
First one's better.
That's what I hear. But yeah, so immediately he's already piecing things together. He's asking if it's the boyfriend because she's just saying she fell, and he goes, "How many times? How many times did you fall?" Which honestly, I don't know if I'd have been smart enough to ask that. I'd have just straight been like, "Hey, your boyfriend's a dick." I just. So then, she walks off all angry about it, and he.
Yeah, she definitely leaves in a huff.
Yeah, not even eating the steak. Damn, order the steak and then don't even eat it. Fuck, wasteful. But yeah, so then he goes and tries to investigate. I think it's the next day or something. Goes and investigates her apartment. Follows the boyfriend and a bunch of his little buddies. Finds out he's crazy. Loose term for it. Basically bragging about potentially
a loose cannon for sure.
Basically bragged about killing 2 other women before. And
now, see, he didn't say he killed them. He said he ruptured one's ribs and broke one's arm. I think it was.
I think
it was to establish that he's a shithole, but he hasn't killed just yet. But he's not above it.
No, I think it was. Wasn't it?
Because they asked him how many times. No, there was no confirmed death.
No. You're skipping a scene.
Oh, am I skipping a scene? Okay, my bad. My bad.
Yeah.
I thought he told
before he gets into the apartment.
Oh, okay. I thought he told the friends that.
No. See, before he gets into the apartment, he's hanging out with his boys outside the apartment.
Oh,
and they're heading somewhere else, like karaoke or whatever.
Yeah, and they're asking "Oh, dude, how many times did you hit this one?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, fucking 6 times." Yeah, and it's like, "What about the last one?" "Oh, no, that one was no, I didn't fuck that one up. It was just the ribs." No, I was mad. It was that kind of conversation. So he didn't say anything specifically about killing anybody, but he's gotten close. Broken ribs is pretty fucked up.
Okay, my bad. See, this is why I need you guys to keep me on track. Otherwise, I'd be over here like talking about the end of the episode right now.
No worries.
So yeah, he tails them and basically gets caught up with some other guy that's part of a organization that I guess the boyfriend is also part of, and gets the generic. I can't even. I don't know if I can call it generic, but it's a very generic anime thing where he gets jumped and taken a picture of naked in the back alley.
It's a blackmail thing.
And see, that's so weird. Like that is so
well,
because
it's a situational type deal because he's roughed up in a way to where he looks dazed, and then his clothes are removed so that in the picture he just looks like he's drunk. And if he were to do anything, the guy could be like, "Oh, I don't know if this guy's trustworthy. He was over here by this karaoke bar that is famous for being a brothel. He was caught with his clothes out in the alleyway in the trash. I don't know if he could be trusted. He was clearly drunk on something or high on something. It's a blackmail thing."
I guess. I just see a lot of
it's basically a nip it in the bud scenario. It's just trying to like just get this guy out of the equation immediately.
Yeah.
Which was very, very soon for me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the Japanese culture are very passive and keep things internal with conflict. So if it's like, oh yeah, this guy, oh this man, oh he goes to stuff like that, he does hell. Oh, I don't know if we can hire this man, kind of thing.
All right, that's fair. So then we skip back, and the dad goes back to the apartment, starts investigating a bunch of stuff, and boyfriend comes back. He sneaks into the closet, and then we get to the fucking juicy bits. Like after a small little confrontation on the phone, homeboy just fucking kills the boyfriend. Just straight up force palmed him in the chest or the stomach or something. Like took the air out of the dude.
No. He fucking smacks him in the fucking groin.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it was a crotch shot.
Was it a crotch shot?
Right in the nuts.
Like,
yeah.
From what I thought, I thought he straight up hit him in the what the hell is that? The right in the middle, the
abdomen.
No, not the central Corvette. No, that sounds like something stupid. Anyway, I thought he hit him in the square in the chest, and that took the wind out of him. Could have been a nut shot. I might have missed that.
Homie hit him right in the nuts. It was slapping the nuts. It was incredibly funny. I was like, "Holy shit, this guy went right to the joint."
I mean, it's the only. If you know you're outclassed, that's the way to go.
Yeah,
it's a street fight. Fuck fighting fair.
I would fight.
Yeah, just straight up takes the wind out of the dude, and then just bashes his head open with what did he use? Like the little mini
rice cooker.
A rice cooker.
Yeah, the rice cooker. Mm-hmm. And fucking.
I thought that was a really good weapon of choice. I was that's impressive.
Like, dude, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. That is the most real shit I've ever seen. Like, I know I'd have been outclassed. I'd have got straight murked. I'd have had to do some similar shit. Granted, I know where all my shit is in my house, but use what you got to use.
Still, big ups to him for the improvisation.
Like I saw him look at the utensils. I thought he was gonna slap him with the fucking spatula for a second.
I thought he was gonna go for a knife.
There wasn't.
Same.
There wasn't there. Yeah. But yeah, just straight up.
So when I saw the rice cooker get whipped out, I'm like, oh shit.
Used the rice cooker and just bashed his fucking skull in. And then impeccable timing, the mom shows up out of nowhere. And is just sitting there looking at it. And then I think the episode ends right about there. No, the episode didn't end right away. They agreed to cover it up, right? Or was that part 2? I forget. I kind of
walks in.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of got into it, so I kind of meshed the episodes together.
No worries, because they did a couple of future sight shots where I think they showed part of that scene early on and then cut back to how you got there. But she walks in and asks if it was self-defense. He says he had no choice, and then she agrees. Okay, well, because she clearly knew something was going on too, and was pretty much in agreement. This guy needed to disappear because he was hurting their daughter. So fuck it, let's just do what they were gonna do. Because he brings up the fact that they were gonna go to the cops.
Yeah.
They were going to go to the cops, and he's like, no, wait, I can't. He's with some kind of group, the Yakuza or something. It's not going to work out. They probably got a guy inside. And she's like, all right, well, fuck it. We'll just play the same game. We'll just hide the fucking thing and play it off. Mom is way too fucking calm.
Mom's a ride or die, man. Like,
nah. Oh, okay. Somebody else already beat me to it, but yeah, straight up, like that was the first thing I thought. I'm like, oh, immediate ride or die. Not even a second thought. Not even like just
literally
like straight up. Like didn't even.
There was no skip a beat.
No hesitation. No scream. Just straight up like, well, shit. We gotta bury him now. Like.
Mm-hmm.
And then oh man, just I think that's an episode 2 thing, but yeah, just straight up right into the plot of the anime is just the fact that this douchebag got taken out, and he was just unfortunately connected to powerful people.
It's just really great. Like it's a breath of fresh air from a show like this where it's just right from the get-go we immediately go right into the shit.
Yeah.
Like everything else that I've seen like this, like Higurashi, fucking series like I don't know. I can't think of anything else other than Higurashi right now, but like anything like this, it usually takes an episode or two. You know, we get to know people, what their normal lives are before the event happens, all that shit. There's really good build-up. This just right there. We're in there. We killed a man, and now we got to get rid of the body. It's like, holy shit, we're in this.
They do establish pretty early on that the guy's a piece of shit. Albeit a little heavy-handed, but you don't feel any remorse for this man.
Oh yeah, no, they.
Oh, not at all.
Immediate, like, hey, this guy sucks.
Is a piece of shit.
That's a light way of putting it. So let's see. Going in, let's just get started into episode 2 because, like I said, they kind of melded together. I can't remember what was episode 1, what was episode 2. Episode 2 was called "Cutting the Cake."
You're doing fine.
So with "Cutting the Cake," that's the episode name. They convinced the daughter because she walked in on her parents in her apartment, and they somehow hid the body well enough to where she didn't bother, you know, even being like, "Oh, I thought he was supposed to be here," and like, "Oh no, he never showed up." And they convinced her that he's a piece of shit. Surprise. She had right away. You could kind of tell she had that mentality of, "Oh, I could fix him." Nah, you can't. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And they get her to agree to stay at their place for, I think, the week, right? Before he has to go back to classes or whatever.
Yeah, they mentioned the week, so he has time to prepare. And
so
stuff.
They start using that time to, prepare the body to transport, to start disposing and all this other stuff. And the dad, like you said, was in the...
Now, we're kind of skipping over a little bit of a crucial thing here. We haven't talked yet about the other side of the story.
Oh, right. There was that one part
we haven't
at the very end.
Yeah, because we haven't brought up yet that the Yakuza group is starting to throw out jabs here and there with information.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
They already know something went up with the dude, and we didn't mention yet that they already sent a guy to the daughter's apartment to go investigate what's up because they don't know where he's at.
And like I said, that's kind of where like it meshed, but because the dad immediately starts trying to use his crime knowledge or his crime novel knowledge to start, hiding the body and stuff, which also plays into that. But yeah, so the
in super elaborate ways.
Yeah,
that shit is
honestly,
really
I'm over here like looking at this night like, does this shit work? Hold on, like, do I know how to hide a body now? But yeah, so the Yakuza immediately start noticing some things because he was supposed to have, been at the apartment. He was on the phone with one of the Yakuza dudes and was blowing his anger out, and he hasn't. What was it? He started not answering his phone or something, right? I forget.
They lost contact with him, which was unusual because they almost always have contact with him.
So, what is it? The one Yakuza dude noticed that the mom and the daughter left, and that he didn't notice the boyfriend or whatever. Oh shit!
Be careful.
And I threw the kunai by accident.
How'd I know it was a kunai?
God, I feel like I should have wrote word for word the synopsis for the episode, just because like so much shit happened in such short time that when I watched it, it was like, oh hey man, but like trying to retell it, I'm like, I cannot retell this. I am doing an awful piss poor job.
No, let me tell you though, the pacing of this, like I said, like we start right at it in the beginning of the episode, and from there, the pacing and the structure is very well done. Mm-hmm. It's fresh in my mind just because I literally got done watching it, but the pacing is strong. It's effective. You get information at a readily pace, and they do that thing where they won't share certain bits of information that you don't know about yet up until you actually need to see it in action. Mm-hmm. The whole bit with the Yakuza group, like, they figure out really quickly that something happened to I think his name is Nobuto, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Nobuto.
It's at first it's like, oh whatever, they're just worried about their goon, and then you start seeing like interactions between like some of the head honchos, the white-haired guy and the dude with the glasses who's at the telephones. Mm-hmm. And then you start hearing about how he's talking about his son, and he mentions a dude by name, and that's Nobuto's father, and it's like, oh shit. Mm-hmm. So it's this suddenly
straight up is like
this suddenly went from a horror like thriller scenario to a story of two fathers who love their children, and it's like, oh, this is going to go from bad to worse, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Like episode 2. What episode 2 is that? That's it starts off with them already in the house and they're already getting stuff like put together, right?
Yes. So episode 2 starts with it's the end result of episode 1. They are like Ryan said.
See, I thought they started episode 2 in the apartment. See, that's where I mixed them up. It's like they just blended. I thought it started in
they are already planning on putting hiding the body and everything. Daughter shows up, but there's already one of the goons trying to infiltrate the house. He's acting all casual. They hide the body in the bathroom, convince her to go stay at their house. The goon tries to sneak his way in, picks the lock, gets through, and Dad's still in there, but he poses as a simple cleaning man. Convinces the guy to leave, and then Dad basically continues cleaning as much of it as he can. Mom sends the daughter home to return back to the apartment with some extra supplies for him to break the body down, and he heads home before he is able to completely finish, so that he's not out completely the whole night. I think he goes home that night, yeah. And it's basically them it's us as the viewers seeing their dynamic as a family. They're talking about her school life, catching up, seeing the movies that they watch, and him basically running through his head the deep shit they're in and how he's going to try to deal with it.
Yeah, no, it's a very it's elaborate, but it's such a real.
I can't
feeling.
remember if the second episode. No, yeah, the second episode. They mention how he plans to cook the body so that it dehydrates and breaks down faster.
Oh my god, this guy's brain, dude! Like the way how he gets this all set up, the fact that he even breaks down like what's gonna happen to the bathtub, like that shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like he's like, oh, I'm gonna insulate it with cardboard and aluminum foil. It's like, who the fuck? where did you read this shit, man?
That was the same episode. That was the same episode where the mom was even like, "Have you killed someone before?" Like, no, this is my first time.
That one was really funny. I was like, yo, do you not tell me everything? Have you done this before? It's like, nah, bruh.
I mean, when your husband is saying, instead of chopping the body up, which is what most people go to, and it's very sloppy and easy to track, or stuffing it in a specific way, which is also very messy and easy to track, he's like, oh no, we're going to cook it so that it fucking dries out parts of it and breaks down the rest of it. It's like, who the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't...
Dude straight up talking about turning the dude's bones into bone meal.
They don't, like, immediately showcase that he has this, like, in-depth knowledge and skill set. But the minute he starts going on about it, like, he's just, like, he knows exactly what to do, like, step by step. The look, the way how we get to see the wife's face when this happens is like, oh shit, this guy knows a lot about this, actually. It's so fucking good.
It's something for episode 3, so we'll save it for there. But like, the one thing that even got me was the planned conversations.
Yes! Oh my god! The rehearsals they did on the day before.
We'll work into there when
we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. But like, I was like, dude, this dude straight up like has everything down, and it's literally just the presence that he could fuck it up at any second.
In episode 2 is very much here's the family, but here is also how our main character thinks, and that drives a little harder in when we went in episode 3. In that exact same way.
Yeah, because the rest of the episode is basically a cat and mouse of the Yakuza trying to figure out if they know anything that happened to Nobuto.
Oh, the interrogation episode, you mean?
And the
interrogation
still episode 2.
3? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you're talking about like the stalking.
Episode 3 is
the stalking back and forth.
Yeah, where, like, one dude breaks into the house and doesn't find anything immediately suspicious, but he's like, why did they immediately run to this room of all rooms? But then they find then they find quarters, and they start talking shit, be like, hey, look, our daughter has a stalker. And then you find out in the next episode, but you find out that they like looked into that, and then all this this back and forth, and it's like, fuck, dude, this story's pretty fucking good. Like,
it is are you kidding me? This is the smallest Cold War I've ever fucking seen. It is just a fight for information, and then misinformation gets thrown in there, and they're just,
and it's so
it's so fucking cool.
It's so funny how fragile it is, because the Yakuza could easily just be like, well, they might know something, so cap them, and then that's it. That's the story. But they also don't want to draw unwanted attention. Just a family of 3 suddenly gets killed, huh? Well, that's weird. So
they were a nice family too. We all knew them from the neighborhood. They were very helpful. I remember seeing this weird car pulling up.
Yeah, even the Yakuza have to be careful. Like, they can't just straight up murk these dudes as much as they probably want to, honestly. So yeah, that's basically episode 2. It was like them planning it out, the back and forth. Definitely definitely. Kevin said it really well, but the pacing for this anime is actually surprisingly really good. I thought it would be a little
Very
slower,
good, yes.
but
So strong.
yeah. So episode 3, let's go right into episode 3. Episode 3 is the correct.
Well,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to mention, like, episode 2 ends with literally worst possible outcome immediately for the family, where it's just like them going about their usual day, or at least their evening, and we immediately see mom get saran wrapped in the face, and dad get tased in the park on the way home. Episode 3 throws in a little extra info before that event, but then goes right back into it, and then we see exactly the outcome right after that event, and it is such a tense episode.
Yeah, no, it's
like, oh my god, right from the get-go, like, oh, my poor dude, fucking, his name's Tetsuo, right?
Tetsuo.
I'm not tripping about that.
Tetsuo Tosu.
Yeah, Tetsuo's already been like one step ahead so far, but when this happens, you're like, oh, it's over. He's fucked. There's no fucking way. And as this episode gets broken down, it's like, oh, okay, they had some plans going on, but they didn't cover every single contingency, so the suspense never drops during this whole episode. It is so strong.
Yeah.
God, this anime is good. I cannot wait to keep watching it after I'm done with this.
Episode 3 is the correct path. Surprise, there isn't one right now.
Well, of course not.
So where episode 2 ended, where basically they dude got tased and the wife is getting like choked out by saran wrap, and we find out it's a two-part like interrogation where they're mostly trying to get information out of our boy Tetsuo, that's the dad, but then they also have the wife, Kasen. I think she has such a weird name. It's Kasen. I think it's Kasen. They had the wife also there, and then it's basically just like torturous interrogation, and they're given these answers, and like it even ties into when the dad dressed up as the cleaner, which was crazy. And then you find out, like maybe 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes into the episode, you find out they had this plan. They're like, hey, they might confront us, so we need to be ready with this story. And they coordinated it so fucking well. Even the parts that they weren't prepared for, they somehow jank their way out of it. Even the
the wife,
even the mom was like, these guys are on a time limit.
Episode.
If I stall, and she just went on this fucking tangent about a cat. I was like, I'd have spilled the beans. I'm not gonna lie.
She started to fucking ramble. I was like, whoa, that is a ballsy move.
I was half expecting it to lead back into something like a proverb or some shit.
Like, no, she just straight up like ran on a fucking tangent, and I was like, oh, maybe she's going that she thought Nobuto was the cat, but then she leads into it being their friend, and like, oh, I'll pray for him too. And it's just like, no, you won't. Don't lie.
She charisma checks into a panic button, and it worked.
Dude,
it was like so impressive.
I'm not gonna lie, it was.
And she was able to kill off enough time for them.
Hey, if someone saw, we gotta get out of here. No, it was. I'm not gonna lie, it was. What's up?
I'm sorry. My favorite bit of that episode is the pure imagination that Tetsuo has to deal with, which was causing him to kind of put himself in a more shittier situation than he thought. So during this interrogation scene, they got him fucked up and they're beating him up on the floor of a warehouse. You kind of get a couple of shots of the interior of it, like from far away, but that's all you kind of get. It's when they move him around and he thinks he's stuck on on like the end of a plank out on top of some buildings that you're like, oh shit, they're gonna fucking, that's it, this is over. Like, there's so many moments during this episode where you really thought this was gonna be it. And the big reveal about where he actually was during this scene was so. I've never felt so much more reassurance during an interrogation, but man, my boy got put through it that episode. He held it down. Like, the wife was the MVP for coming up with the bit,
Dude,
but
like
he
said,
held
like,
it
with
down.
what he went through, I probably would have cracked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that mentally strong for something like that. Like this.
I mean, to be fair, he was on his literally on his last rope. I don't think he was any farther away
Kevin,
from any other normal person.
The fact that, you know, you see several points throughout the episode, he really thought that that was it. Like, if he didn't talk his way out of it, he really was going to die, and he still held it down. He did not crack at all.
And I think it was less a fear of his life ending, but also a fear of his family's, because they were connected to his daughter. They're gonna assume that the daughter did something, and if they're not there, they're clearly gonna go straight for her.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what kept him going, because it was like, it needs to work. It needs to work.
Yeah, and that's the insane part too, is that they did all this and they're keeping quiet with the daughter, like that she is not even hinted at anything. What? Okay, another key part that makes the mom the MVP of this episode, though, is, you know, the daughter was up in the room the whole time during the interrogation, and, you know, she was just, whatever story reason, she just needed to go downstairs and see all the men in the living room. She probably would have got college girl excited about that, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, so
what the fuck? What does that mean?
You know this. Anyway, jokes aside.
You mean
there are a lot of videos on Pornhub about that? Okay, so I know it's true.
I'm not gonna lie, though.
Oh, you're into now.
I'm not gonna lie, though. I'm very glad they didn't go with it, but I was half expecting them to threaten the wife in that way, because it's a very easy thing for them to do to increase tension, not in a good way, but it's a very easy thing to do.
True.
I'm very glad they didn't go about that.
I don't think. See, I don't think that would, even if that is a good threat, I don't, like, in a generic sense, I don't think it would have been a good threat for them, because, you know, they're very clean by the books, and, you know, threatening that, there could have accidental DNA exposure.
Well, that was a whole part that was tied to we didn't touch on it, but that's tied to the whole mom wasting their time. Dad caught on to the fact that they're working together, but they're not a unit.
Yeah,
they're not loyal to each other.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as something went south, the others were immediately out. That's why I was like, it would have been very easy to just write that in. So, and I'm glad he did.
So going back to my original point, though, you know, literally right after those dudes dip, the mom turns on the TV and is acting like nothing's wrong watching the TV, and the daughter comes down like, oh, did you hear something? Like, oh, it must have been TV. Like, bitch, I'd have been crying. Like, I almost died.
Yeah, no, mom immediately held it down.
It's like, Mom, did you murder someone before?
So fucking incredible with her.
Like, she's straight up like one of the best ride or dies in any series lately.
I mean, no, you're absolutely right. She is just so immediately on the fucking ball. Like, definitely they were friends in high school before they became lovers. Like, that had to be canon in some way, shape, or form.
If anyone tried to talk smack about her, like people tried to talk smack about Deku's mom, I'm gonna be like, nah, we fighting.
Who the fuck talks smack about Deku's mom?
How do people talk shit about Deku?
All right, going on a quick tangent.
Other than the fact that she was wrong to not encourage her child, who the fuck talks smack about that?
Okay, so to go on a quick tangent, the reason why people are talking smack on Deku's mom, right, is remember in God, Jesus Christ, it's so long ago now. Midway through season 3, right after the All Might versus All for One fight,
when she understandably does not want her child to be a part of a death match.
Yeah. So basically, the part where those like, hey, we're gonna move the kids into the school that way they're safer. She understandably was like, y'all are supposed to be heroes, and these villains keep whooping on you and threatening our kids. Like, why the hell am I gonna let my son, whose quirk just randomly manifested and is basically breaking his body, go to your school? And people were pissed about that. They're like, what kind of...
Ryan, those people aren't people. They're children.
Dwayne.
Those people aren't people. They are children. Let's get that established now.
That's what people were complaining about. Is they're like, what kind of mom would deny her son his dreams? It's like, bitch, like...
a mom fucking worried about her goddamn safety.
So anyway, back to the anime. So yeah, if anyone talks shit on this mom, I'm gonna fight him. But yeah, no, like, dude, the fact that at the very end the dad basically was like, hey, you gotta help, because he's about to get shot or stabbed. I think it was stabbed. And he just straight up BS. He's like, well, you gotta help me find the real killer. And dude's like, wait, what? The real killer? You know who it is? Like, no, but I can help you find him. And like, he's like, I am bullshitting the fuck out of this. Someone else is gonna take the fall.
The interrogation. So fucking impressive that last round.
This boy is rolling nat 20s for days if it was a D&D game.
And the way that the this episode 3 ends, I think, is a really good hanger. Because, so we didn't touch on the guy that initiated the interrogation and everything. He kind of went rogue with this operation. So he's very loyal to his senior, who was the one giving him orders through the car and was like, hey, you need to check on this. Hey, we need to find this out. Did you find anything out? No, and it's okay. And the kid, he's a little kid. He's like fucking 22. So this guy is like a father figure, mentor, big brother kind of thing to him. And it's implied that if things go south, he is going to be disappeared. They don't say he's going to be killed. They say something akin to being reassigned or something, but it all the framing and the way they do the conversations and stuff, it's basically implying he's going to be disappeared.
In a John Wick kind of term, he's going to be excommunicado.
What the actual fuck?
Dwayne, have you never seen a John Wick movie?
No, I have not seen them yet. I don't watch shit, dude. I am rewatching The Simpsons for the 20th time this year. Like, I don't watch shit. I just barely saw season 2 of Demon Slayer this Monday. So,
dude, all I did last year was watch like Venture Brothers season 1 through finale like 12 times.
Right? Like, the fuck you looking at? Anyway,
it was so good.
Anyway, he's trying to make some big moves specifically to get his senior out of this bad spot. And so when he finds out that he ran out of time and the guy's getting disappeared, Dad's like, "Yo, why don't we team up? Why don't we work together and figure this case out? Clearly seeing that he was desperate and trying to work off of that. That is not something you can see that easily unless, very clearly the kid was distraught. But that's, to think of that in the moment, he's on his feet. He's on his toes. He's ready to go. So it's very interesting to see where this is going to go episode 4 onward.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly, I'm definitely going to continue the anime after this. I've been continuing a couple of the ones that we watched.
Oh, same.
Oshino different just because it's on a different fucking. I hate High Dive so much. Anyway, not getting back into that. I already went on a tangent about that. But yeah, no, this one I'm staying caught up on Hell's Paradise. That one was good. So this one is definitely going to be one that maybe I'll watch it when I'm at Fanime. Watch it when I'm at the hotel. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep up with this one. My disclosure is for the 3 episodes is that I don't know which episode was the strongest. I think my favorite is episode 2. But like unlike most of the other shows that we've seen where episode 1 or episode 2 or episode 3, it's like, and I think my favorite episode is 2. I love the dynamic. I love like I said, I love the cat and mouse essentially between the Yakuza and the parents. And then just the lead up into episode 3 was just really suspenseful. Like, as bad it is to say, because I have not been watching these week by week, I wait to see what we're watching for our podcast, and I watch it all together. Mm-hmm. If I was watching this week by week, I'd have had a heart attack after episode 2. I would have seen episode 2, and then I'd be like, it needs to be next week already!
Yeah, that's gonna be exactly what I'm gonna have to deal with. Me and Nelly are gonna probably we're gonna probably go through as many episodes as we can tonight, and then just hate that we gotta wait for the new one next Sunday. Mm-hmm.
I would argue that I think the 3rd episode is the strongest, just because it was nonstop suspense. But I think, in all honesty, I think my favorite episode would be the first one. The second one's really strong for me, too. Mostly because of just listening to this guy ramble on about how he's going to cook the body and then they're going to put it in like 4 different plants to break it down, and how he pretended to hide a suitcase in his trunk because he thought he was being followed. Like, seeing all of that was really interesting, and I liked it. But I think episode 1 is my favorite, just because of how slow it starts, and not slow in a bad way. Just like you can see the gears turning, and you're like, okay, where is this going? Where is this going? They're establishing, and then immediately over the head, dead.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, I think out of so far, out of all the shows that we've watched together and we've got to sit down and talk about, it's pretty chill and it's pretty great that we have, an episode or 2 that are pretty solid. So far, out of an opening of a show like this, all 3 are fucking stellar.
Yeah.
Each one has a really good, just has a stupid good setup. Mm-hmm. And they build off of each other very easily, very fluidly. Mm-hmm. And all I can do right now is just say I like this show. I recommend it. If you're a person who's into if you've never watched an anime and your main thing, like my girl is, well, she likes anime, but she one of her favorite pastimes is YouTube true crime videos that go over proper synopses and breakdowns of what happened, how things were done. If you're into that shit, this is such a strong contender for your first anime. Mm-hmm. Cause it's got that same thing that you like. It's the juicy details, the execution, and the problem solving, and the storytelling. It's ace. Highly recommend this show. Strong.
Yeah.
So good.
Honestly, I think my only complaint, and I can't even say it's a complaint, but I think my only complaint about the anime is just the fact that sometimes the animation feels stiff. Like there are just certain scenes. There's certain scenes where the animation just feels really stiff for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, but it doesn't mean like it's bad. There was that one part where it was I think it was episode 2 where he's walking around the store, and it just certain parts, like the perspective, like because they were trying to do that angled shot or whatever, it looked weird. But it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't bad. But that's like my only. It's just sometimes the animation feels a little stiff or a little wonky. But I mean, yeah, this highly recommend this show. I would say 9 out of 10 for sure. And I'm not even really like a true crimes kind of guy, but the suspense of it all is just, it's what's keeping me interested.
So I have this in a weird little spot for myself, just because I really do enjoy it, but I could also drop it at any moment. Not to say that it's bad, it's just I could wait to watch the whole thing at a later date. I'm not like itching to watch more, although I am curious to see where it ends. I showed the first episode to the missus, and she was really, really interested. So I'm most likely going to add that to the list of shows we've been watching together. So my treks through it won't be as quick. But as I was going through it, I kept comparing it to Detective Conan, Case Closed. Because they're very similar.
Oh, that's a one.
They're very, very similar in the suspense and the whodunit aspect of it. It's just, you're on the opposite end of it.
We're trying to hide it.
Instead of trying to solve the murder. We already know who the murder is, so we're trying to hide it.
Yeah. It's, the closest thing I can also make a recommendation, or at least like compare it to, is Dwayne. You'll probably appreciate this one. It's like kind of a mix of what you get out of Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Where we know what happened to the killer. Now it's just trying to figure out who did the killing, but it's just polar opposite of that. We know who the killer is. Now we're just trying to keep the killer from getting in trouble. But it's definitely got that same pacing where it's like very strong. It's the context gets given to you over time, and it's great. Look, I'm giving this show full marks. The animation is not. I'm gonna go with Ryan on that one. It's not the strongest that I've seen in a show like this, but for what we get out of it, they're doing pretty good. They're using they're using the models in pretty proper spots. I like that they're also utilizing 3D models here and there. Like with the cars and stuff. I mean, that makes sense. If you're gonna animate that fucking technical vehicle, I wouldn't want to hand draw it either. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like it like Ryan was saying, the animation isn't like its strongest point, but it doesn't deter from the other qualities of the show. It's for me, it's got full marks. It's 10 out of 10.
Okay. I don't know where I would place this one. I think I have it set as I think I'm gonna a skew that I've learned of recently, a 10 until proven otherwise. It's right now it's not hurting anything for me, but again we're only 3 episodes in, so because it's not a genre that I normally go into, and because the only real comparison I have, the Twin Peaks comparison's good. Before the supernatural stuff, the just trekking around town trying to figure out how things are working. But the only other comparison I have right now, since I don't watch a whole lot of these, is again Detective Conan. And I do like the parallels between our main character and Conan, where they have this textbook knowledge of different murder mysteries and stuff, so they're using it to their advantage. Some of it seems a little more far-fetched than it should be, which is one of the problems I have with Detective Conan, despite them being entertaining in some way. But again, it's a minor thing for me just because of the whole comparison part, and it's a 10 until proven otherwise, because it could very easily go downhill for me specifically if certain things happen a certain way.
No, I can feel that, especially because it's like with how it could very easily turn and you just immediately lose interest.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to the fact that it's got 20 volumes and it's still ongoing 6 years later, it's like there's a lot of work to keep that suspense.
That right there is a part of the reason why it's hard for me to go, because Detective Conan also has that same issue of it's still going.
Detective Conan's been going for like 30 fucking years.
I know. The creator has found. Okay. The creator has found the perfect balance of murder mystery, despite telling the same case maybe 4 times in the span of 3 months, just different people and different objects, but it still makes money. It's very easy for the same thing to happen here, and it that's why I'm saying it could go downhill very quickly for me because of that.
You know what bothers me about Case Closed, going on a real quick thing about that, is the fact that they're all still kids.
Gets a movie every Golden Week.
Yes, but they're all still kids. But the technology has advanced.
Yeah.
1 through 10 or whatever, you see that they have like the old, hanging phones or maybe even a dial phone, and then all of a sudden in an episode from like 5-6 years ago, they're using cell phones. It's like, come on,
Ryan. I'm going to tell you something that's going to greatly upset you. As someone that used to be caught up, I haven't watched in a couple years, but as someone that used to be caught up, there have been multiple Christmas episodes, multiple Halloween episodes, multiple birthdays, some of which have been canon into the story. The timeline has only been about a year. Canon-wise. Timeline has been about a year.
You're fucking lying.
I'm not.
Well, okay, so let's,
That's
Pokemon
insane.
has done the same thing. I don't give
Pokemon
a fuck.
involves magic,
it still
Ryan.
does the same thing.
So there from the time frame of him turning into a child to the first time they stumbled upon a weird 2-hour drug fix of him having a cold, some medicine, and some gas that turned him back into an adult for like 5 minutes. He that was like a 2-month span. Since then, he has been turned into his 18-year-old self 6 times, canonically 4, and one of them he gave Rachel his phone number specifically so she could call him and no one else. Again,
so okay, real quick, how many episodes are in Case Closed?
I think they've hit 1,100 now.
Okay, let's put that in perspective, right? So each episode is essentially a fucking day.
Sometimes 3.
1,100 episodes. 1,100 episodes is roughly
old enough for the
almost 4 years.
Old enough for the children that were actual children to be in high school now. Because some of those episodes take place across literal days. One of them, I think, took place across a week.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, canonically, it'd be like 4 or more years.
Yeah.
But it's like the same fucking year.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about Case Closed more on a Case Closed episode.
That's what I mean.
I thought that show was done. That's insane.
No. It had a movie this year, a brand new movie this year. It is very easy for this show to go downhill for me. That is what I'm getting at.
That's insane, dude. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, shit. What is it? One Piece is at 1,000+ episodes, and aside from the actual 2-year time skip, it's still in like essentially like a 3-month time span.
So the problem with One Piece is all of it's canon. There are small parts that have been filler and small parts that have stretched out, but no, all of that's important. You remember that character from episode 10? You better remember his fucking face, because he's gonna come back.
You know who never came back is the fucking Cat Claws dude. You know, the one that like has to adjust his glasses with his palm. I've never seen him again in my life.
He has popped up in recount episodes. He is currently in jail. He is not important to the story past where he was. But that one guy they found in the barrel for half a second, and no one knew why he was living in the barrel, and he just refused to come out. No, he's important.
Didn't he get a wife?
He's important.
Like that? Oh my god.
Probably.
Anyway,
he's important.
Anyway. So going on to voice actors. We'll start with the main boy, the father, Tetsuo Tosu. Japanese.
There's no English dub.
What was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said
have
there's
an
no
English
English
cast.
dub, which bummed me out.
So it might be coming.
Do they?
No, there's the first couple episodes were dubbed. I mean, I watched the first episode dubbed.
I didn't see an option for that. I'm sorry.
Were you using the CrunchyRoll app?
Yeah, I'm using CrunchyRoll.
If you're using it on your PlayStation or Smart TV, they do this stupid thing where they break it up into seasons. So I think it's season 2 is the English dub.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
just like
I'll have to take a look because I looked in the seasons options and I didn't see any dub options.
Yeah, so
they put them into seasons. It's weird.
It's just like with Demon Slayer, Kevin. The movie, the Mugen Train movie in English is considered season 54.
Is it 54? I thought it was 12. I was looking at it the other day.
I don't know. It might be the Spanish dub. I don't fucking know. The point is one of them is marked season 54, and it's just the movie in a different dub. Anyway, so Tetsuo Tosu, his Japanese voice actor is Junichi Suwabe. And he's actually been in a lot of fucking roles. Some of the more mainstays that you guys might know, he was Greed in Fullmetal Alchemist.
Interesting.
He was Grimjow Jagajakis in Bleach. A lot of people's fan favorite Ironclad. Kevin, you'd like him. He was Archer in Fate Stay Night.
Which Archer?
The Archer.
That's very important because when Archer gets revealed,
not Fate Zero.
No, yeah, when Archer gets revealed, there's technically 2 of them.
What the fuck? What is this bullshit?
Oh shit.
Well, it said Archer / Emiya, and I didn't want to say Emiya because I figured that would ruin. Anyway, you ruined it, Dwayne.
I guess.
It's your fault. He was Dandy in Space Dandy.
You know, I still haven't seen Space Dandy. I should probably do that.
I have not either.
Same.
He was Aizawa in My Hero Academia.
Huh.
Aizawa. Do I know that one off the cuff?
Eraserhead. Dude with the eyes.
Shit. Yeah.
And last but not least, I mean, he was in a lot of different roles, but these were just some of the mainstays that popped up a bit more, in my opinion. He was also Sukuna in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Huh.
Oh.
His English voice actor is Aaron Roberts, but he doesn't have any link that I can find, so I don't know what other roles he might have been in. Also, Kevin, I don't know if you did that on purpose or if it...
Oh, it's on purpose.
Okay. Just want to make sure if you're about to
Go ahead.
lose connection or
Thank
something. So yeah, Aaron Roberts, like I said, doesn't have any kind of link that I found, but yeah, so that's the English dub. The wife, Kasen Tosu, her English or her Japanese dub is Sayaka Ohara. Not a whole lot of... She was in a lot of roles, but like not a whole lot of like prominent roles. One big one for me, and Kevin to a degree, was that she voiced Millie Ashford from Code Geass. That's the school president chick.
Oh shit!
Yeah. We didn't watch it in the Japanese dub, so I can't compare the tone. But she was also Ezra Scarlet from Fairy Tail.
Urza?
Yep. Urza. I said Ezra. Ezra Miller. Anyway.
Easy mistake. Fuck Ezra Miller.
Yeah, they suck.
That man can go straight to jail.
I hate that I want to see the Flash movie.
I'm not watching the fucking
I hate
Flash.
that I want to see it.
If I watch...
I know, dude, but just like resist temptation, torrent it. Fuck that guy. You don't deserve your money.
No, just acquire it differently.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Um,
Just set sail. It's okay.
Torrent it in... Sorry. I should finish off that sentence with
There you
torrent
go.
it in Minecraft.
Yes. Watch it.
Gotta
Get a Minecraft projector going.
This is our one
and
piece. We
watch
gotta
it
go
that
find
way.
it. God.
Reenact the entire movie in Minecraft. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, do it like Nostalgia Critic and put yourself in the film.
So,
Yeah, do that.
the
It'll be better.
mom's English dub is Morgan Garrett.
Anything
Morgan
without Ezra Miller.
Something Garrett, because she goes by both her last and middle name. I don't know if there might be two middle names or last names, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually been very active, but a lot of them were like minor roles. Like literally, like one of them was like young girl, stuff like that. She's only recently started getting some named characters in the last like maybe 5 years that I saw. But I mean, she's been around for a good little while, and she does really good work. And then the daughter, Reika, neither her English or Japanese dub any listings, but the Japanese dub is Chihiro Shirado? I'm missing spelling. I need to type this shit out. I'm so stupid.
Nah.
And then the English dub is Kelly Greenshield, who has a really fucking cool last name. Only way it would have been cooler if it was Red Shield. I'm just saying. And I also wanted to list it just because the main dude that went off script and kidnapped the dad to interrogate him. His name is Kiyoshi Majima. His Japanese dub is actually someone that we spoke about before, Dwayne. It's Kent Ito, if you remember him.
Kent Ito. What did he do again?
If you can.
He was a Japanese voice actor for the Doctor from Oshinoko.
Oh shit.
Yeah, who is also the singer.
Mm-hmm.
He has the side. Not I can't say side gig because he started as a musician, but you know, he's a musician slash a minor. Not minor. He's got a couple of main roles, but you know, voice.
He's
actor.
an entertainer.
Yeah, multi-purpose entertainer. So yeah, that's our list of voices. Our main characters, which you know, the dad and the mom definitely have some background behind them. The daughter, I know she's gonna be reoccurring, but she's definitely not like too prominent. But I mean, it's still a good starting, like a good setup point for these voice actors to, you know, get into, because you know, people are gonna look at it like, oh hey, even if it was minor, you got a main character role essentially, so you know, here we go. So, and so far from what I've heard is none of the voice actors, at least for the Japanese dub, I haven't been doing what I was I was going to do and watch it in both English and Japanese, but a lot of the Japanese voice actors are definitely solid picks for what I've heard. So, like I said, I'm
English
definitely
is pretty
forward.
spot on too.
That's good to hear. I'll have to go to watch in English, but I'm definitely, like I said before, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this show ends. I hope it doesn't just fall off. You know, like we say before, is the premise of the show is to review the first 3 episodes. So, see if it. What was that one comment you read, Dwayne? Is see if it passed the 3
episode rule.
Yeah, the 3 episode rule. The vibe check for the 3 episodes. God, that's such a Gen Z thing to say.
The fuck does that even mean?
Fuck if I know, dude. Kevin, do you know
what the vibe check?
Yeah, what does vibe check mean?
Oh, vibe check.
I genuinely don't understand it.
Yeah, you gotta check the vibe.
What does that fucking mean?
You're checking the vibes.
What is that? Stop.
If you don't check the vibe.
I gotta find that Alan.
Play us out, Johnny.
I needed that. Where'd it go?
Oh my god! I want to just end it there. That's perfect.
We gotta pick our show first.
Yeah, Urban Dictionary, that shit.
Oh no! I think
Google.
My wheel is breaking.
What?
Is that a euphemism? Should we be worried?
Fuck off. All right, do not break apart this time, please. Oh, it's definitely gonna break apart. All right, so what do we got on here? We got Death Play, My Love Story with Yamada-kun at 99, Space Patrol, Luluko. That's another one.
I like Space Patrol, Luluko.
Flip Flappers. Yeah. Flip Flappers and My Clueless First Friend, which I think, Kevin, if we do My Clueless First Friend, Nelly definitely needs to be a part of that. Dwayne, if we can get Letty on there too, because I fucking love it.
We can get some time around it.
It's adorably wholesome. Anyway,
she's actually watching it right now.
Is she? Serious?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. All right. And it is Space Patrol Luluko.
Sick.
Oh shit.
So
it is wacky.
That is one I think I meant to watch and I just forgot.
It's a fun watch, especially if you're okay with nonsense.
I mean, I'm always down for nonsense. Sounds fun.
It's no Inferno Cop, but
okay, but
but what truly is though?
Inferno Cop is a masterpiece.
Like, oh my god, it is.
Okay, so let's see, June. I'm trying to think, maybe we should. if we should follow it, but I can't think of any theme for June. So, oh well. Coming July though, it's gonna be my birthday month, so we're gonna watch several animes of my choice.
June is
all right.
Is Pride Month. You could do a bunch of boys and girls love stuff.
Technically, even Witch from Mercury on there.
I'm cool with that.
I'm down for it.
Cause
hell yeah, we can. That's the first thing I thought.
We can add what's it called? Sound the Euphoria. My Hero is really good. There's a few.
Yeah, no, I mean,
we can make a list.
Like that, I'm not against it. Yeah, so we'll definitely have to make a list around that, and then I'll also come up with a birthday list for July, saying these time frames as if it's not going to be, July by the time this episode gets aired, but still. Anyway, with that being said, we're gonna call it a close here for the episode. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.
Bye. We love you.